Hello and welcome back to Calradia Expanded at War. We're speaking to the clan leader of Our, and obviously Our is our marriage material person. Yeah, that was very smooth, wasn't it? Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah, if you're going to get married, or if you're dating someone right now, definitely call them your marriage material person. That sounds like the most charismatic thing that anyone could say to someone else, right? Yes, indeed. Okay, let's just move on very swiftly from that. Anyway, I wish to discuss the final terms of my marriage. There we go. Okay, so there you are. How much? Really? You're literally just... You really only need... What? Do you really only need 1,600? Yeah, you only need 1,600. You know what I'm gonna do? I literally might try to buy some stuff from him. Should I try? No, that's never going to work, not in a million years. There's no way that he is going to want to give any of these. What about Medini Castle or the other one? No way, not in a million years. Okay, well, that's perfectly fine. I was not expecting anything more than that anyway, so we're going to just do this. And there you go. All right, there we are. Fantastic. Okay, so the ceremony is now going to be conducted, and we have now married her, which is fantastic. So now the best thing for me to do is to try. Oh wow, we have 100 relation with her, with him at least. We have 100 relation with him, and I have no idea about her. Hopefully, she has 100 relation with us as well. No, she has 0. That is actually hilarious. I'm not entirely sure why the... Well, I guess you could say the father-in-law. I have no idea why the father-in-law loves us so much more than the wife herself. But okay, I guess that's how it's gonna be. Technically, I could rename her as well if we want to, but no, I don't know why we would do that. Anyway, she has amazing combat skills, and I would love to be able to get her. She's last seen at Veluca. Really? I'm really surprised about that. I thought to myself, no way. There's no way that she's going to be anywhere near to where I currently am, and apparently she is. Oh, okay, so Melodia is going to attempt to attack Sargeth, which is actually fine with me, because I'm going to go in for a field battle. We're literally just going to go straight on in here. I don't see a reason why we wouldn't, and we're gonna show these guys exactly what's going on, because they have no idea that they have over 120 volunteers. Wow, this is very green. This is very colorful. I'm saying that I actually like that. I like this. This is very nice. Usually we're fighting on battlefields that look as though the grass has not had any rain for, I don't know, 10,000 years or something. But yeah, now lush green fields as far as the eye can see. That's really nice. I like it. Anyway, let's just take a look and see where the enemy is. Oh, okay, very, very far away. We're going to need to do something about that. So let's actually just tell my forces to move into a position a little bit closer. And I'm thinking we're probably going to try and get to the top of this hill over here. I gotta say, I really like this map. It looks very picturesque, doesn't it? Yes, extremely picturesque. Okay, so yeah, otherwise, I think after I defeat Melody here, if I'm actually able to do so, I mean, it's not actually a foregone conclusion, or should we say, I know someone said that they don't like it when I say that. Now, see, now, here's the thing. The reason why I say that is because it's basically a way for me to say it's not predetermined that I'm going to win, you know, and, you know, that you could see the combat strength is pretty close, you know, it's pretty close. So that's the reason why I say that stuff. And otherwise, we're hopefully, I don't know why isn't he coming closer to us right now? Why is he's seemingly moving back. I have no idea why he's moving back. He wants to draw us into the trees, doesn't he? Because he knows how many cavalry units we have. Yeah, look at him. He's literally just chilling out over here. I'm not a big fan of that, I gotta say. Not a big fan of that. Okay, well, we'll see what we can do. And as I said, yeah, so after we maybe defeat this guy, I'm going to go over to Veluca and see if I can maybe retrieve Arwa from wherever she is, and then hopefully we'll be able to add her to our ranks, and hopefully she's going to be an absolute beast, and she's going to show how powerful she actually is. And so, They're literally staying in the same place. They're staying in the same place every single time I look. Okay, this is very strange. I would not have expected them to be so apprehensive and so defensive in this situation. I would have expected them to, well, get into some kind of offensive posture, but apparently they are not deciding to do that at all, which is kind of weird, but okay. Okay, so my forces, they can go around about here. Let's put them into a shield wall formation while we're at it, and let's put these guys into a nice loose formation, and then our cavalry, they can just basically do whatever they want. We're just going to tell them to auto-delegate, and they can just have a good old time. Oh, that was some nice damage right there. Yeah, that was a slash against the face as well, and there's one of the enemy vassals being taken down too. And that actually reminds me, I really should get off my mount sometimes in these kinds of battles, because generally, while it is an extreme amount of fun, at least I find it a lot of fun to use this polearm in this way, you know, on horseback and things like that, it is so much better for me to try and increase my athletic skill. Even though that might not be the most fun. You know, it might not be the most fun, but it is definitely going to be something that is necessary in quite a few different ways. But, yeah, I mean, you can see quite clearly here what's happening. I'm going to tell my forces to charge in, actually, now. And hopefully that is... Oh, nice. That was a nice hit right there. But yeah, hopefully that's going to result in many, many more kills and more morale damage for the opponent. I'm going to get off my mount now. Get him. Yes. Yes. Murder. Murder all of the way. Oh, if... I don't know. See, now, here's the thing. Why is that animation in the game? I know. It's supposed to... It's supposed to convey that the weapon you're using is quite heavy, and you're using your, well, shall we say, we're using the momentum of the weapon to kind of continue on, but it's so... Look at that. You see that? I'm not sure if I can replicate it all the time, but it's that thing where it goes over the head, and I'm thinking to myself, why are we doing that? Why are we going over the head with this insanely long polearm? It makes no sense. I mean, is anyone in real life actually going to do that? I'm going to say no, probably not, because let's face it, anyone that is doing some kind of twirling maneuver, if it's this long, they are either extremely strong and can literally swing this thing like it is, you know, weighing a very small amount, or their opponent is maybe not so experienced, because let's face it, if someone is on the same skill level as someone else that can actually do the little twirly thing and do it in a proficient manner, certainly not as slow as we are doing it, because if we are doing it, it's so unwieldy, you know what I mean? It's really, really unwieldy. Anyway, I'm just going to actually tell everyone to speed things up a little bit here, and there you go. That is a wonderful victory right there. Sometimes it's actually easier for me to just go into the field battle and then just deal with them, you know what I mean? Just literally go into their face, basically. Just go into their face and make them eat the dirt. And that is exactly what is going on here. So let me actually just make a quick look at all of their relations and who they know and so on. And we'll just level up a couple of our forces right there. Take all the loot, thank you. And thankfully, because we are so close to Sargeth, I will be able to sell this really, really easily. So let's just go right there, sell all the prisoners, and then we've got the trade, obviously, to do. So let's just do that. There we go. We're going to lose about 1,400, but that is not that big a deal, because in the grand scheme of things, we're gaining 53,000, which is always nice. Always very, very welcome there. Anyway, as I said before, am going to now be heading on over to Veluca. Bear in mind that that is going to be through Botanian territory, and if I do manage to see, I don't know, some other random vassal or something with a large-ish army, then I will try to do some good damage to them. Anyway, I haven't taken a look at her skills. Well, not her skills. Well, I mean, we technically have looked at her skills before, but I was actually intending to say we haven't taken a look at her gear yet. But she has some pretty good skills, as you see right here. She has 210 in one-handed. a good amount in polearms as well. And this is the kind of thing you want to see for your companions too, because obviously, as I said before, Drussabalda has literal focus points in steward, leadership, charm, trade, engineering, and medicine, and they're all wasted. These are all wasted in my opinion, because these are not going to be skills that I will be speccing into with her. But anyway, she has leveled up her bow skill, and let's have a look. Ranged troops in your formation gain an additional 10% of experience after battles and increase morale. I don't really care either way. I think we'll go for the experience gain, I suppose. And then we also have a crossbow perk with Mr. Mitunis right here. When you have a crossbow equipped, you take 10% less damage from projectiles. That sounds pretty nice. And otherwise, you can reload any crossbow on horseback. Yeah, that I don't really care about. So I'm going to say take 10% less damage from projectiles. And I actually wanted to speak to our surgeon. Yeah, there we go. He has actually specced into this by the looks of things. Yeah, did I spec that for him, or did he spec that? I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, it's perfectly fine. That probably would have been the perk that I took anyway, because the other thing is more to do with being, I don't know, like a governor or something. And it's highly unlikely I'm going to make him into a governor at any one point in time. So, yeah, Veluca it is, and hopefully she's still here. She's not. Of course not. Where is she then? Okay. Let me take a quick look. She was last seen at Veluca. It says that she's here. Okay. Is she in the she's not in the dungeon, right? No, she's not in the dungeon. That would have been a travesty. That would have been an absolute travesty. I wonder whether she's actually in the hall. You know what? I personally feel like there aren't enough reasons to go in to the actual scene anymore. Because in Warband, you would always be going into the castle because you would you would go to speak to lords, you would go to speak to various quest NPCs in the case of some mods and things. And in Bannerlord, you really don't have a reason to enjoy this wonderful scenery right here, because you may think to yourself, oh, well, there's not really much to do in here. And yeah, sure, okay, yeah, that's very, very true. But you see all these pieces of artwork on the walls here. You see the lighting effects from the sconces and the torches and so on and so forth on the walls here. And you kind of think, wow, that's a huge waste, because I really haven't gone in here that much. I mean, to be honest, there's no reason for me to do so, because you could just speak to this guy from here if you wanted to. So there's obviously that. Anyway, Alwa is not currently here, which is really weird, and I can't currently send a messenger to her either, so I assume she's not actually available just yet. And we're going to have to wait a little bit of time for her to become available, I suppose, for any kind of recruitment, should we say. Okay, so I'm just going to recruit a couple of people, and then we are going to go over to Golorin Castle. I'm going to try and take as many things as I possibly can. I'm probably going to... I think, yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Now that we have everything has a price, a lot of different options and various things that we can do have been opened up to us. So, for example, if I take Golorin Castle, you know what I can do with it? I can take it, and then I can speak to whoever owns Ormondfard Castle, for example, and I can basically just trade that with them. And that is going to increase my territory, because you can see here that we have Sargeth and Deneen Castle, Swenrin, and so on, all the way up there to Sionen. And if I were to trade Ormondfard, then that would actually make a pretty good deal of sense, right? So we're going to take Golorin Castle here. This is going to give my engineer a little bit of an opportunity to level up his engineering skill, hopefully. And we are going to be getting one siege tower and one battering ram. Maybe we'll get another as well, or maybe we'll just go straight on in. It really very much depends on if we are going to be attacked by a large army or not. I find it kind of disconcerting, however, that my engineering skill is not even leveling up. Oh, there it... Oh, now I mention it, and now all of a sudden it levels up. Of course. Oh well, never mind. Okay, well, at least it is now actually working, I suppose, kind of. And Sargeth has been besieged by Caladog's army. I hope someone's going to go over there and actually try to assist my Fief, because I'm currently in a bit of a... Well, I'm in a bit of a bind at the moment, and I won't be able to go and do that myself, but hopefully someone else is going to go over there and see what they can do against him. Okay, so we now have the battering ram and the siege tower. There is an army coming at me, but I'm not really that afraid of it, even though they have less units than the previous army, but they have about the same combat strength. So that maybe puts a little bit of fear in me, because that means that they have much higher tier units than the other one that we fought beforehand. So that might be a little bit of a problem. Anyway, I'm hopefully not going to get shot by that ballista. That would have been pretty awful, wouldn't it? Anyway, I'm just going to wait here for some time until the siege tower gets to the walls. Alright, so we have already gotten inside technically, and I have my scythe here. I'm actually going to attempt to use the scythe a little bit more, because I don't think we've really seen it in action that much. I have no idea if it even does any damage. Oh, it is doing damage. Look at that. It actually does decent damage, not bad. Unfortunately, the enemy is now managing to run away super fast, and I don't have enough athletic skill to be able to catch up to them, which is really kind of bad too. But I guess the only thing I can do is maybe just switch to my other polearm, although that actually makes me even slower, if you can imagine that. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to fight this guy. No way. I won't be able to catch up to him. Can I? No, no way. No way. Not in a million years. Oh well, never mind. That is indeed a victory for us. Pfft. I mean, that was pretty obvious, wasn't it? That was pretty obvious that that was going to happen. They did manage to escape a bunch of them, but that, again, is not really that big a deal. Alright, we gained some decent medicine from that. I don't really want to take any prisoners, if I'm honest. So I'm actually going to leave them for the moment, because what I really want to do... Going to show mercy here, claim the Fief, and then what we're going to do is... I don't really care about the garrison here, if I'm being truthful, so I am actually going to see who owns Ormondfard Castle. This guy. Okay. Let's send a messenger to him then. And what kind of composition? Okay, apparently they don't care. Apparently they're not even bothering to try and take this back, which is perfectly fine with me. Okay, I'm going to just do a little bit of an intercept here, or at least I was going to before we were rudely interrupted by a messenger, thank you. And yeah, let's have a look. I have a proposal that may benefit us both. Okay, I'm going to give you Golorin Castle. Ah, he is very pleased to trade this. So I'm happy with that too. So let's see. How much do you want? Do you want 2,000? That's not enough. What about 20,000? That's also not enough. What about 30,000 then? There we go, 30,001, and boom. All right, he doubled his money as well, so do bear that in mind. But now I don't have to worry about this, and I can literally just leave it. I can literally just leave it, because there is really no need for me to try and deal with that. Thractorai Castle has actually just come under siege. Where is Sargeth, though? Is Sargeth still having problems? It seems like it is. Where are our armies? That is defending Sargeth. Okay, so Thoman's army is going over there. He's going to get there before me, so hopefully he's actually going to arrive there in time. If he does not arrive there in time, then Sargeth will be lost, and that will be a huge problem for me, because then I'm going to have to go over there and see what's going on and maybe try and take it back. And trade skill has leveled up for Mr. Cole. So let's have a look here. It doesn't really matter either way, to be honest. Let's have a look. Surgeon is okay. Our engineer, how is our engineer doing? Where's he? There he is. He's doing absolutely fine, and you can see here that he is... I probably would have taken Warbreaker, although increased chance to hit is pretty good, so maybe it doesn't matter. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually defend this. Well, would you look at that? It looks as though we don't even need to... Oh, hello there. Wow, okay. Apparently the enemy really wants to take us down, and the Imperial Cataphracts they're sending at me are not enough to seal the deal, I guess. Anyway, yeah, I was not even... I thought to myself, okay, I'm gonna start this particular portion of the video, and I'm gonna say something very clever. And then they completely, absolutely, you know, put paid to that, didn't they? Yes, they definitely put paid to that. Anyway, let's put these guys into a shield wall formation until they get a little bit closer to the opponent. And we're going to tell our archers to go a little bit closer too, and then tell the cavalry to do an auto-delegate. Hopefully, my horse is not going to get killed as a result of this. Oh, nice. Took out one of the enemy vassals as well. Very, very good indeed. And I'm actually going to get off my horse here. And I want to try and murder. I want to try and murder as many as I can while I am on foot so that I can increase my athletic skill. And this is, of course, the only real way I can do this, with the exception of obviously using a one-handed. But I am so bad with one-handed that I don't even know whether it's even worth me doing that. But it seems like most of my people are actually just murdering everything in sight anyway. And, yep, there we go. Nice. There's the spinny move again. Not really a good idea, all things considered. Oh, this is... I mean, you see this? What is going on here with that spinny move? That makes no sense. At least I feel like it is very... I think it... Okay, so let me just reiterate. If this was a Star Wars mod, yeah? If this was a Star Wars mod and I was using a double saber or something, you know, very similar to what Darth Maul uses, for example. If I were using something like that, then that spin move in the air above my head, that would be amazing. And you can imagine, you know, the sound effect and, you know, the, you know, sort of thing that the lightsabers have and all that. That would be really cool. However, it's not that, and it's a pole with this little pointy bit on the end, right? That's what it is at the moment. So at the moment, it doesn't particularly give me that cool vibe to it. Even though, yeah, sure, I feel like the animation is nice and everything, but it does tend to get in the way a bit. Even when I'm using a one-handed, it kind of slows me down unnecessarily. And that's not something that I really want to have happen to me when I'm in a situation where I could potentially receive counter damage from enemies. You know, that's really not a particularly good idea, to delay your next attack to look cool, even though, you know, sometimes that's half the battle. You know, looking cool is half the battle, and then, you know, you have just the remainder of it, which is obviously surviving it. Anyway, let's just take the rest of the loot, and then we'll move on, and we'll go to... Well, I have Ormondfard Castle now, so I'm going to go to Valuka because I do have a bunch of prisoners to sell, and Gularin Castle is now under siege, which is to be expected, but I don't really mind that, as I've said before. That is not a big problem at all, and let's ransom our prisoners, because we do have 2 vassals that we can ransom right there. 72,000 is now appearing in the marketplace once more at Valuka, which is really nice too. And I'm gonna... Okay, apparently I'm not gonna recruit anything. Did you just see... Wait a minute. Did you just see my exact gold in my inventory? My exact gold is 689,999. Now, have you ever seen something as satisfying as that? Not me. Not me. In you know, playing this game for hundreds and hundreds of hours, I have never seen a number like that. Can you imagine? That is very, very cool. For it to just happen out of the blue like that, just pure random chance, that's pretty nice. I like that. Anyway, I'm actually thinking now... Oh. Okay. Well, yeah. That is kind of annoying, actually. Yeah, I don't know why the AI sometimes does that to me. Why does the AI do that? I feel so irritated by that right now, because I'm thinking to myself, they easily could have defended if only Thomund had decided to continue on to defend Sargeth, but they decided not to. And even Durthart. Durthart was in the area. Oh, there's the... Oh, I see. I see, that's the reason, right? Yeah, that is indeed the reason. Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Oh, is he losing people? No, he's not losing people. He's regaining... How many people in here? 153. I'm not going to be able to very quickly build siege ladders or anything like that. It's going to take way too long. Our engineering skills are really low, so this is... a little bit of an issue. How many recruits does he have? He only has 74. I mean, I might be able to take him on, but he has over double the amount of units that we have. And what is he actually doing right now? He seems to be in two minds about what he should do. As you can see, look at this. He's just going back and forth. Okay, now he's finally decided to move on. I actually wonder where Dirthart is. Okay, so he's going to go and fight Thomond over there. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to try and take Sargeth back. Let's see if this works. No, Caladog is of course coming back to fight me. Isn't he? Or not? This is a weird situation to be in, to be honest. Because he's literally not even... Oh, they're splitting up. Okay. Why are you Okay, why are you coming in? Why are you fighting me right now? You could have waited and then there would have been another 4 vassals or something to fight me with, but okay. They apparently don't care at all about that, and we are going to achieve victory here as well. Mark my words. I think they went in a little bit too prematurely, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, let's just make sure that our infantry are in the right possible positions. This is kind of weird. This is kind of weird what's going on right here. As you can see, the enemy is literally running straight into us. I have no idea why they're deciding to do this, but they are literally running straight into us, as you can see right here. And they are... they're not actually... What are they doing? They're not even staying in formation. They're just literally coming in here, any old how, and not really caring about what happens. And they're just getting shot by our sharpshooters. Any single person that gets by our infantry line is literally just going to get shot in the face. That is exactly what's happening right now. I'm going to tell my forces to hold position back here. And I'm going to bring my cavalry back as well. And I initially wanted to take position in this little valley here with my archers on the high ground slightly more. And now we have a situation like this where the enemy was coming straight at me. And I was thinking, wait a minute. They're literally almost coming in single file. They're coming in one long line in just a random smattering of units. And I thought to myself, what is going on? You know, it's kind of weird, right? Yeah, kind of weird. Anyway, seems like the enemy is now wanting to retreat once again. So I'm actually just going to put everyone in auto-delegate with the exception of the infantry, where I will tell them to charge. There's the spinny move again. But I should be able to get a decent amount of athletic skill this way. I have 129 now, which I think is okay. I mean, it's obviously not the greatest, but it's very difficult to actually use this polearm in a suitable fashion on foot. I mean, really, I have like a handling of 49 with this thing or something like that, or is it 51 or something? I don't know. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, because it is just so slow and unwieldy. And that is indeed a victory for us. Really weird. That is a very, very strange battle for us to head into right there. Okay, these guys are actually a minor faction. Yep, they are a minor faction. I'm gonna take this guy prisoner. This guy, oh yeah, I'm gonna let him go. There we go. What about this one? We can let them go too. And what about this one? Yeah, this is absolutely fine. No problem at all there. Alright, so I actually don't own Sargeth right now, so obviously I don't really want to take any prisoners. So I'm just going to leave them. And we are otherwise just going to continue on. And I'm going to continue the siege. And I've already leveled up people, so that's absolutely fine. My medicine skill's leveling up, which is always nice. My athletic skill has already leveled up too, so let's have a look. And see, increase your speed down... Speed. There we go. Yes, speed damage. Yeah, otherwise I'm actually going to go for braced, which decreases my charge damage taken. And foot troops in your formation take 50% less charge damage as well. This is not going to be so important against the Battanians because their cavalry is not exactly fantastic. But when we get to fighting the Khuzait, when we get to fighting the Azarai, this is going to be much more important. So I will be taking braced for now. And yeah, I think I might be able to take this. I would like to build a siege tower and a battering ram, but they're going to go in again. Yeah. Well, that was a hit and a half, wasn't it? Yes, indeed. That was a hit and a half. I might literally just die now from some random archer attack or something like that. But yeah, I got poked in the face. I got poked in the face by one of my... Oh, these guys are way too far out. This is not particularly good. Anyway, yeah, I got poked in the face by one of the enemy cavalry, and they were very much ready for me to approach them. Yes, indeed. Okay, I guess I'm just going to zoom things ahead then, and we're going to see what happens. But yes, this battle was certainly not my day. This was definitely not my thing, and apparently they completely murdered me so badly right there. Oh well, never mind. It's actually not too bad because it does now mean that my companions can start to level up a little bit better. I'm not entirely sure why that happens sometimes, but it seems to me like whenever I die, my companions level up just that much faster, which is a bit weird, but it seems like they are going to be able to do that, and they have achieved victory, which is fantastic too. Okay, so we're just going to let this guy go. Let him go too. Let this one go. This one go. I know all of these guys, and they're all part of their own factions, or shall we say, all part of their own clans and things like that. And we can just level up the remaining forces right there. Alright, fantastic. Okay, so we have now basically eliminated the entirety of the vassal population in Britannia. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to leave the siege for the moment, but I am going to return here off screen, and I will just retake Sargeth myself, because obviously you've seen the siege at Sargeth already. I don't think you want to see it again. If you do, then obviously you can by all means let me know what your thoughts on showing repeat sieges is or are, and you know, I'll try to adapt to whatever the general consensus is. But that's the point. Usually I will not show repeat sieges if they are, well, very much repetitious, you know, in terms of oh, we've taken this thing 5 times, you know, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Anyway, how are the rest of our fiefs doing? They seem fine. Foreign Castle is okay, Daldorn, Revel, Sionen, and all that stuff, so that seems pretty good. Here's the overview of the map. Seems like not much else is going on. The Western Empire is doing perfectly fine too. Southern Empire seems to be having some issues with someone, I'm not entirely sure who. And the Northern Empire is also relatively untouched. So it seems like the only people that are really having difficulties are potentially the Britannians at the moment, because obviously we are currently fighting them. But apart from that, the Sturgians seem to be the only others that are having some problems. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.